My life before until the Salvation Army stepped in to take care of me or help take care of me or show me the right way. It was a disaster to myself, but being the Salvation Army stepped in.
I met John on a routine trip to the post office to check our P.O. box and to drop some mail off. And John was sitting out front on the bench in front of the post office, quite inebriated, asking for money. That was my first encounter with John at that time.
It was an ask, why don't you? Instead of, you do this. No, why don't you? I would think, it's Shane's favorite word, I think would be a good idea.
I would get a couple, 3 phone calls a week about this guy at the post office who looks like he could use some help. Can the Salvation Army step in and do something? Well, absolutely. And here's what the Salvation Army can step in and do for our friend Post Office John. And I'd have those conversations, and we'd wait and we'd hope and we'd pray that John would show up, and he wouldn't. And then I'd have the phone calls again, and then we'd wait and hope and we'd pray that John would show up, and he wouldn't. And that cycle continued for some time. And then I got the opportunity to meet him. And what a blessing. Even before he started coming to the Salvation Army for help, it was a blessing to meet the man, get to know who he was, and see that he was a brother in God that could use some help. And it's a tremendous blessing that God asked me to play a very small part in that.
First and foremost, I wanted him in our shelter, someplace safe, dry, out of the elements with food, and then I could go from there.
So I went to the center with completion. And they come and got me, and here I am.
John's life now is beautiful. He is back with his partner, Laverne. They've been together about 18 years now, and that was a big part of his downward spiral. And it's also been a part of his recovery, being back together. They have stable housing. They're able to pay their bills. John's able to get some medical issues tended to. He recently got his birth certificate. He's got a clear head now. Our involvement with John and Laverne continues. We have enrolled them in one of our monthly food box programs. Anytime they happen to come through Cambridge, they stop by, they say, hey, if they need a little help running an errand or two, we'll step in and do that. We're happy to come alongside them and continue to be a part of their journey and of their life, just as they are a part of our journey and our life. We've all become family. John, Laverne, and the staff here, the commanding officers here, and I, and it's just a beautiful thing.
The Salvation Army helps people with different things that they need help for, like paying the bills and giving them food and helping them for Christmas for the kids and different things. They have different programs, some programs I didn't even know about. But it's a great place to help people that need help, Salvation Army.
God tells us, when you do unto the least of these, you do also unto me. And at that time in his life, John was one of the least of those.
So come as you are. Come truthful and be honest with them, then they can be honest with you. If you can't be honest with them, how can they be honest with you? That's the way I look at it.